Welcome to Early Bird Picker. My name is Rafa. I'm a reseller and I sell on eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, and Depop. Probably like 5 out of 7 days of the week. And so this video is a thrifting video showing you what I picked up at Goodwill. I spotted this mini tree starter kit. It's still sealed in the plastic. The plastic's been ripped a little bit back there, but it's still brand new. On eBay, this is trending at 80 bucks. Just a few days ago, I watched a video by Hustlin' Hooks about reselling pots and pans. I'll put a link below in the description to that video. I learned a lot from it. My biggest takeaway was when looking for pots and pans, especially vintage ones, you're looking for ones made in the USA. And so that can be a real kind of mark that it might be a more valuable piece. And so whenever I'm going to garage sales and thrift stores, I try to look for pots and pans now. Today, not a super valuable one, but I found this Corningware amber colored glass pot with lids. It always more valuable if you have the lid, obviously. This is a 1.5 liter. I paid $5 for this one, and it should sell for between 20 and 25 plus shipping. It is Wednesday afternoon. I've been to one Goodwill. I'm about to head to a second one. I didn't feel much like looking through clothes today. Some days I'm just really not in the mood unless I just see something that really stands out. But if you're new to reselling, it's important to know this from the start. That really like 99% of reselling when you're sourcing is about rejecting items, maybe even more than that. And so it sometimes can get tiresome of you're looking through everything going, no, you know. And so I feel like a lot of times when you're looking through clothing, that's what it can be, is just looking through things that wouldn't be good buys. I don't know, some days I just don't feel like doing clothing. So anyway, I focused on shoes today. I only found one thing this afternoon at the first Goodwill, but it was a super good score. It is a Sperry, so here's the logo there. Sperry right there. And this is their saltwater quilted duck boot. And you can see they look like they're in absolute, almost like new condition. Let me show you the tread. They almost look like they've never been worn. I mean, just there's a little bit of dirt in the bottom of them, but look how much tread is left. They really almost couldn't be in nicer condition unless they had the tags on them. I paid $12.99 for them. This shoe retailed at 130 bucks. Sperry is a super popular brand, but this is actually, I think, probably the first Sperry that I've ever picked up to resell. The reason is like a lot of the topsider, like loafer, kind of like boat shoes that you see, they really don't resell for all that much money. And because it's a well-known brand, all the Goodwills around here price them like well over, it seems like 10 bucks. And so not leaving, you know, very much left to make there. But with this duck boot, I decided to pick it up because I thought the resale value might be pretty high. I'm gonna aim to get at least 30 for these, maybe closer to 40 to 50 because they're in such excellent condition, and tons of sell-through on that. So you really want to be checking sell-through, which is how many have sold versus how many are listed, and just tremendous sell-through. This is a really popular item. It might still be current, meaning it might still be on Sperry's website, which is always a bonus. On my way to the second Goodwill, I actually found an estate sale at a super large house here in town, and I thought it'd be interesting to go take a look. And I'm gonna forgo the second Goodwill trip and just go on home after this. Let me show you what I got. I got this real estate book. I paid $1.50 for it, and it should go for about 40 bucks. And it has about a 500,000 sales rank, which is really good. I got this New Bright Ram truck, like remote control car. The remote control didn't come with it. I don't really know why, but when you sell these, most of the time you take the shell off and just sell the shell, it's hard to say, by itself. I paid $5 for it, and it should go for about 25 to 30. I think I made a bad buy. The guy was a major Corvette collector, and he had tons of Corvette stuff, or the estate sale had a lot of Corvette stuff for sale. Most of it was pretty expensive. I got this Corvette emblem, and unfortunately I didn't even look over the condition very well. And the corner of the flag on both sides, it's chipped off, and so I paid $10 for this. So I probably overpaid. It's probably may not be worth anything. It was gonna sell for like $30 plus shipping if it was in good condition. So maybe I can just hope to get my money back on this one. It's Thursday afternoon, and I was on my way home from work, and my mom sent me a message that there is a garage sale going on, and usually garage sales around here are Friday and Saturday. So see one on Thursday. I thought I'm gonna head over and check it out. I was hoping I wouldn't be there too late where they were cleaned up. I scored big. Let me show you what I got. Got these Herman Survivor steel toe boots. Steel toe boots are pretty expensive boots, and I paid $5 for these. I'm gonna hope to get between 25 and 50. I love selling hats. I picked up 2 hats. The brand on this is Polar, P-O-L-E-R. There's that one, I paid 50 cents. Super clean condition. Another Polar hat, super clean condition. I would expect to get between 10 and 20 bucks. Kind of my minimum that I like to get profit is 10 bucks, and so I paid 50 cents for these. Hope I get closer to the 15 or 20 range. Picked up these Nike Air Odyssey. Pretty clean condition. Got a lot of different laces in there. Paid $2. Got the box with it. Gonna hope between 35 and 75. Save the best pick for last. This is the Adidas Men's Ultra Boost. You can kind of see the Ultra Boost logo on there. This is a major bolo. If you are a picker, you want to be sure and look for the Ultra Boost. You can see the midsole is really interesting. It looks like little styrofoam beads melded together. This shoe is incredibly bouncy. It has a lot of energy return when you're running in it. I've had a couple pair of these, and it's a really expensive shoe. Retail, I paid $3 for them. You can see just absolute clean condition. Check out the outsole of them. Super nice. This shoe I'm gonna expect to get between 70 and 80 plus shipping because it's in such phenomenal condition. The garage sale that I just went to was in a different area of town, kind of outside of town, and I thought I'd hit a different Goodwill than my normal one. I found a few good things. First up are these Keen shoes. This is a major bolo brand. Keen, they have that like exclamation mark with that triangle right there, and then they have the K for Keen, and then they just say Keen on them. They're a great outdoor brand. This is like a nice leather slip-on shoe. I paid up for these. I did pay 15 bucks, but you can see they're pretty much in just excellent condition, and resale value should be between 40 and 60 for these. Next up is a brand that I talked about in my last video. It's SAS. I think it stands for San Antonio Shoes or San Antonio something, but their logo is just SAS like that. And so this is the Walk Easy women's shoe. It's kind of like in a suede leather, and you can see again, super clean, nice condition. Check out the outsole on these. Super clean, awesome condition. I did pay $12.99. They almost look, you know, just right, almost unworn. Here's the only thing that kind of gives them away that they really do have a little bit of wear is, on my last video, I talked about this. Unfortunately, SAS does not put a size tag, like a physical size tag, inside their shoe. They just print it on ink on the inside of the tongue or the inside of the collar of the shoe, and it wears off really easily. So if you're gonna resell SAS shoes, you just need to really make sure that you can read the size printed on the inside of the collar or the tongue. Even though these were in almost new condition, it had already almost worn off. It did wear off all the way on one of the shoes, and so luckily the size was still on the other shoe. The other thing that you needed to know about reselling SAS shoes, they make a ton of different widths in that shoe, and they have different names for them than traditional. Usually you'll see like M, which is medium, or which is for women is a B width, D is men's standard width, which would also be medium. But SAS will use like an N for narrow, and S for slim, and you can go, I always go to Zappos.com and I look up the exact SAS shoe and I put the drop down menu for the width, and it'll tell you S, whether that's like a 2A or a 3A or a single A. I can't remember right now, but that's the trick that I use. So you make sure that you tell the customer what width the shoe is. It's really important because if your shoe is too wide or too narrow, they're almost unwearable. So you can't skip over that. Next up is this coat or jacket from the brand is Territory Ahead. In super clean, nice condition. I paid $8.99. I had never heard of this brand. I looked it up and I could not believe the sell-through on eBay. Tons and tons of sold jackets like this, or a lot of them were leather, but tons of sell-through. And so I made the decision to pick this one up. Hopefully, I'm gonna list it as like a hunting or like a work jacket. Like those are some key terms that you can use. Last up, I paid $4.99 for this Fila USA jersey. I think it might be like a hockey jersey. Couldn't find any exact sold comps for it, but I'm gonna hope to get between 20 and 25 for it. One last stop at the Goodwill right by my house. I picked up these Hoka women's Arahi 2. Hoka is, in my opinion, the hottest trending running brand right now. And so there's just tons and tons of demand for them. Everybody's pretty much heard about them, and not just for running, but people that stand on their feet all day are looking to wear this shoe. Like if they work on concrete, it's the shoe that I wear to work for sure. Anyway, these, I was right on the border of, like, couldn't decide if I want to pick them up. I paid $12.99 for them. There's a couple issues with them. The first thing is, this is the Arahi 2, and the current model is the Arahi 4, so it's already a couple years old. On the pull tab right here, you can see it looks like maybe a dog chewed on it, and a little bit on the laces. I think you can't see it right there. But someone could get new laces if they really wanted. The midsole needs a little bit of cleaning up, but here's the reason why I decided to buy them. The outsole is in really super nice condition. There's still a ton of tread left. When you're looking at the outsole, obviously there's the major grooves, but inside the major grooves, I don't know if I can get close enough to see, there's even smaller grooves, and you can still see that on these shoes. And so whenever you can see the smaller grooves on the bigger grooves, that means the shoe hasn't been worn a lot. Probably they've just worn this a few times, maybe through some mud, and a dog got a hold of them a little bit. But I think that they still have resale value, probably for about 30 to 35. So not gonna make a ton of money on this. The final thing, the reason why I decided to buy these based on the condition is if you look in the insole, this is kind of like a pro tip right here. Check out how you can still see all the writing on the insole or the sock liner. Whenever someone has worn a shoe a lot, it's really difficult. A lot of times that ink will wear off. This is still like really freshly printed, and so that tells me that the shoe really hasn't been worn a whole lot. That's just my opinion. I think these are gonna sell. Hokas are just in such demand right now. You can get more money for Hokas in not great condition than other brand shoes right now.